Coleton Fishacre in Devon offers a rare invitation to journey back in time to the 1920s and 30s, to visit the unique house and garden created by Rupert and Lady Dorothy D'Oyly Carte. Rupert was the son of Richard D'Oyly Carte, the impresario behind the operettas of Gilbert and Sullivan. He had a vast business empire, which included the Savoy Hotel and Claridge's in London. But he liked to get away from it all at weekends, so the house was built with traditional outdoor pursuits in mind. Sailing, swimming, fishing, riding, and of course, gardening. The arts and crafts movement of the 1890s, inspired by William Morris and Philip Webb, shows its influence in subtle contrasts in texture in the garden stonework. But the building, with its clean, harmonious lines and absence of superfluous decoration, has the unmistakable look of a house of the 1920s. Details like the curves of the roofs and the radiating pattern of the granite paving soften the severe lines. But the interiors gleam with the modernity of the Jazz Age, encapsulated in the stepped entrance to the saloon and echoed in the mirror over the fireplace. The light, spacious rooms and the streamlined geometry all conjure the spirit of the 20s. The family lived at Coleton Fishacre until the late 1930s, when the D'Oyly Cartes separated. However, Rupert and his daughter continued to use the house throughout World War II and up until his death in 1948. Little of the original D'Oyly Carte furniture remains, so the set dressers of the National Trust have furnished the house with items typical of the period. They have included this reproduction Chinese cabinet, which was characteristic of the era. When the family and guests weren't taking healthy exercise in the open air, the party could find plenty of civilized entertainment indoors. Keeping up with work and correspondence probably occupied Rupert in the mornings, perhaps even planning the next D'Oyly Carte production, helped by the odd gin and tonic. Flowers bring a room to life. Instantly, the house is ready to welcome visitors to a family home. Lady Dorothy's former bedroom is now stylishly refurnished as it was in the 1930s, with limed oak furniture, recently made by a specialist Cornish company. Each morning she would have woken to the delight of looking out over her garden and planning what she was going to do there. Plants permeate the bedroom in the dramatic textile design by Raoul Dufy, inspired by arum lilies. But sometimes it was people rather than plants that beckoned. Picture Lady Dorothy getting ready to join the party downstairs, doing her hair, putting on her jewelry, a glance in the mirror, and then down to the waiting guests. The D'Oyly Cartes had 2 children. It was his daughter Bridget D'Oyly Carte who eventually took over the opera company. Tragically, their son Michael was killed in a car accident in Switzerland in 1932. He was only 21. The presence of his photograph lends a haunting note of sadness to the sitting room. However, there were also happy times. The latest recording of the Mikado was an occasion for celebration. Time for afternoon tea? Perhaps a Harvey Wallbanger or a daiquiri. The eagle eye of a great aunt scans the room to correct any lapse of etiquette.